Here to weigh in, John Malcolm. He's a senior legal fellow with the Heritage Foundation and a former official at the Justice Department. Good morning, John.
Good to be with you.
So where do you come down on this? I know Judge Knapp here on Fox News has suggested maybe this move is unconstitutional. There are other legal scholars saying this is fine. The president has, I believe, a 90-day window to have someone in an acting capacity.
Yeah, he actually can keep somebody in for longer than that under the Vacancies Reform Act. It's an interesting constitutional question about whether this application of the Vacancies Reform Act complies with the Appointments Clause. I realize that that's all very wonky stuff. I doubt that anybody's going to have much standing to actually challenge this in court, but they can certainly make some political hay over this appointment of Matt Whitaker. I know people who know Matt Whitaker. I met him the other day for the first time. They think very, very highly of him. He's a former U.S. attorney himself from the Southern District of Iowa. He was Jeff Sessions' chief of staff for over a year. And just because he made some comments when he was a member of the public as a political commentator expressing skepticism about the Mueller investigation, there's really no reason to believe that he's going to do anything to try to interfere with that investigation or obstruct it. And any talk of that kind is certainly, in my opinion, overblown and at the very least very
Well, John,
premature.
the other thing that's been mentioned about Matt Whitaker is that he should recuse himself from oversight of the Mueller probe. Where do you stand on his ability to be the acting attorney general and oversee that probe?
Yeah, I see no reason why he needs to recuse himself. He wasn't involved in the campaign. He has no deep knowledge, personal knowledge of what was going on in terms of the Mueller probe.
So where does that call come from then? Why are they calling for recusal?
Well, because when he was a political commentator, before he rejoined the Justice Department, he said that he was skeptical of the Mueller probe. He said that there was no publicly available evidence of collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russians. So far as I'm aware, there is still no publicly available information about that. He said that if he thought Mueller looked into Trump's personal finances, that would be going too far. Those are perfectly fine comments. They're reasonable positions to take. And there's no reason to believe that in his overseeing the investigation that he's going to interfere with the course of that.
That would mean that you're not qualified anymore for a position because you're commentating on TV. You know what I mean? It's absurd.
Right. They're trying to say you can't be a citizen anymore, that basically you can't comment on things. You can't. So we're going to have nobody is going to be able to serve in government anymore.
Yeah, look, I don't know what Bob Mueller knows. I am a member of the public. You're right, I'm making these comments. And if all of a sudden I rejoined the Justice Department and became privy to what Mueller knows, that would put me in a very different position. The fact that I'm making these comments now doesn't mean that I couldn't be objective in terms of assessing the evidence once I knew it and allow that investigation to proceed without interference.
It seemed like the president didn't help his case yesterday, though, when talking to reporters about Matthew Whitaker. He said, I don't even know him, basically, when the president was on Fox and Friends a few weeks ago saying, I know him, he's a great guy, he's got a lot of integrity, because at the time, of course, he was chief of staff, as you say, to Attorney General Sessions. So talk about that, but also in fairness to the president, I believe the president told reporters as well, this proves that no matter whom he tries to put in the Justice Department, Democrats are going to scream bloody murder no matter what.
Well, I certainly think that that is the case. I mean, they were screaming about that Brett Kavanaugh shouldn't even be nominated because the president is under investigation. With respect to his knowledge about Matt Whitaker or familiarity with him, I don't really know. I mean, as Jeff Sessions is chief of staff, I'm sure that he has seen Matt Whitaker in cabinet meetings and perhaps on other occasions. Perhaps Matt Whitaker has spoken or briefed the president during the course of those meetings. I'm sure they do not have an intimate relationship of any kind. But, Matt Whitaker is known around town. He has been the chief of staff. He's a former, U.S. attorney. So people know him, and everyone I know who knows him thinks very highly of him.
John Malcolm, we appreciate you coming in.
John Malcolm, good to be with you.
Appreciate it.